Hey loves, and welcome to Heart Guidance. My name is Crystal. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you are already subscribed here, welcome back. So just quickly before we get into the reading, please be sure to have your post notifications on. I have someone who is impersonating me, taking my content and posting it on their channel. And a lot of my subscribers, or even people who are just trying to find me, are being redirected to this other page who is impersonating me. So I've already reported it to YouTube, and I thank everyone who has reported it as well. But the only way for me to ensure that you all are being led to my page and you can see when I upload is to make sure that you all have on your post notifications so that you're alerted every single time I post. Okay, so definitely be sure to do that. But let's go ahead and get into it. I have a no contact reading from your person. I will be pulling from this deck here just to see how your person is currently feeling, how they are currently viewing you and or your connection, as well as any other important messages that they may have for you at this time, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's get a very clear and concise message directly from their heart space. This full moon energy has been really intense. This was a really beautiful full moon. It was really focused around release. It was focused around just this sense of renewal, okay? I've been getting a lot of downloads about this full moon specifically, and I'm going to put it in the Divine Feminine reading, okay? Okay, so the first message that we have here is hidden in plain sight. Very mysterious kind of energy coming through. So Divine Feminine, you could currently be under the impression that this masculine on your mind is either ghosting you or they're not communicating with you for a particular reason. But the energy is very clear. You are being hidden from this person. And this is getting very deep because there's always a reason why your energy is being hidden. And it's almost always for your protection, especially when you're dealing with a romantic connection. Because this is a place where your partner, your lover, your divine counterpart, they're supposed to have the most access to you. So anytime there's a veil, it is for a very specific reason. Also, anytime the energy comes through with this really heavy spiritual undertone, I know that it's for a very specific feminine because I'm picking up on a lot of spiritual interference with this card here. So this is pointing to a connection that could currently be under heavy divine guidance. So if you notice, Divine Feminine, that you've kind of lost your grip on this person, or you've lost your grip completely on the trajectory of your connection, this is always a huge indicator that there is something else going on. Because whenever a connection is under divine guidance, you kind of have to let things play out in divine timing. You're in a connection that requires a certain order, okay? The timing is very sensitive. So if you try to overexert your energy, or if you try to force anything, it can severely alter what's happening in the spiritual realm. And the energy is it's really strong because it's almost as if you or this person cannot see anything that's about to happen. You don't know what's happening next. So things may appear to be very quiet in the 3D, but there's definitely something brewing in the 5D. Something has shifted the level of access that you and this person have to one another. And your energy is coming through very strongly, Divine Feminine. So this could be because of you, whether you know it or not. But with this card here, you are being hidden specifically from your person. And this is something that you and this person don't really have control over. So no matter what you do, no matter what you say, or how you attempt to show up in this connection, there is heavy spiritual interference. And it really feels like this could be unfolding in a really interesting way because there's like a barrier here, a spiritual blockage of some sort, okay? And this could be physically or energetically. So just take the energy how it resonates. Let's get the next message here. Okay, so the next message that we have is, I have to choose wisely. Whatever is taking place spiritually in your connection is really beginning to alter the way this masculine views you. But the way this energy is coming through, it honestly feels like there's a higher purpose for this. This is definitely someone who walked away from you, Divine Feminine. But there's still a lot of underlying energy with this person. There's still a lot of resistance in their aura when it comes to you. So it's almost like they really didn't want to make that call, but this is where that spiritual interference comes in. They feel like they really didn't have a choice. They knew that they had to make a judgment call about you, but their underlying energy is coming through so strong at this time, because if they were being 100% honest, this person does not know if they made the right decision. And it's because of the way that your energy is pulling on them. It's like they can literally feel you at this time, even when they don't want to. So there's something about your dynamic, there's something about your energetic bond, or there's just something about the way your energies come together that makes this person second guess themselves. And I'm also getting something about the way you make this masculine feel. You had a very interesting way of tapping into this person's emotional body on a very deep level. And I don't know if this is something that you went into this connection doing intentionally, or if this unfolded unintentionally. Regardless of how this played out, this person views you as someone who definitely left a mark on them. But with this card here, I have to choose wisely. Something that was really easy for them to overlook in the beginning, all of a sudden became a little uncomfortable for them. And the only thing that's really holding their attention could be the history, it could be the chemistry, it could be their attraction to you. Yeah, this is someone that you have a really, really strong energetic bond with, but something has changed. It's almost like this person woke up one day and realized that you were not the same person that they met. You were not the same person that they fell in love with, okay? And their energy began to reflect that. It's one thing for them to feel a certain way, but it's almost like they begin to act on it. And it's only because they literally could not hide this. So this is deeper than you think, because there's definitely an overarching energy here. It's almost like this energy wanted your person to make a decision about you. And this usually happens when there's heavy spiritual interference over your connections or over your love life, okay? Let's get the next message here. The next message that we have is, I need to see your beautiful face. And I just got the word silence. So if you're resonating with this message so far, you could either be a high priestess or you are just highly intuitive, because your energy is heavily cloaked at this time. And this is what's really confusing this masculine or making them second guess themselves. It's almost as if they're confused by your energy or how you're showing up at this time, how you're presenting yourself energetically or physically. And it's only because of your energy signature. What's also confusing to this person is that you are a feminine energy who wears your emotions. So depending on how you feel, it shows up on you physically. If you're feeling really stressed out, or if you're just in a low vibe, it's really easy for this person to identify, because you have a really powerful inner world. And this could be a little frustrating to you, Divine Feminine, because it makes it very, very hard for you to hide where you are mentally and emotionally. But for some reason, there has been a switch, okay? Right now, your inner world is being hidden. And this is a good thing. So even though you could be feeling a lot of heavy emotions from this person due to your energetic bond, it's almost like your inner world is shifting drastically, and it's showing all over your face. Your energy is coming through really, really bright these days, Divine Feminine. And there's a heavy emphasis on your eyes and your face. And this person is taking notice even from a distance. So this could be happening physically or energetically. It's almost as if you've reached this place on your journey where there's some kind of truth about your soul. There's some type of truth about your inner world that is being reflected physically. And you don't even have to say anything. I'm even getting that this is happening with other people as well. But this masculine energy is coming through the strongest. So they're sticking out. But whatever you've been doing in private or in silence is now showing up physically. So I don't know if you've been doing cleansing or if it's just this energy that we've been under with this full moon in Sagittarius, which is like just a complete renewal. It's almost like a do-over type of energy. But clearly something has shifted inside of you and it's changing your appearance. And transformation only happens at that level when you're doing deep cleansing to certain aspects of your soul. So this could also be tapping into your self-concept, but I keep getting you are glowing. And because you're under this cloaked energy, you may think that your changes are subtle, but they're not. There's a huge shift in your vitality, in your energy, and in your aura. And it's showing all over your face, Divine Feminine. And your masculine can pick up on this. They can sense this. It's even making them pull on your energy a little bit at this time. So if you notice that, specifically your eyes, okay, that keeps coming through. I keep getting eyes. So it's almost like I'm getting this image of you looking in the mirror and just feeling this sense of renewal. Some of you could be looking younger. Some of you could just see a certain glow on your face. And it's because you've identified with something very, very clear as it pertains to your soul blueprint or just your inner world. And it's very, very beautiful, okay? You and this masculine have a very deep energetic bond because they want to see you, okay? It's almost like this person can feel when there are shifts happening to you on a physical level. And it could be because this masculine's energy is more dense. It could be because they're more tied to the physical realm. So where you may feel subtle changes in this masculine spiritually, this person can absolutely tap in on the fact that you're doing something different, you know, with the way that you're showing up, with the way that you're presenting yourself. And right now, there's something very, very beautiful about your face, okay? That energy is very clear. Let's get the next message here. So the next message that we have is, my power is connected to you. When this person walked away from you, Divine Feminine, it set off a very powerful set of events. This is why you both can't help but feel that this separation is very significant. So if you're wondering how this masculine is responding to this version of you, they are not okay. Okay, this card is very direct. This masculine does not feel like themselves ever since they walked away from you. And it's making them think, okay? This person may have a lot of time on their hands. This is someone who also knows way more about this connection than you think, even if they've never spoken to you about it. So this feels like a masculine who knows that you are their twin flame, whether you told them that, whether this is something that you spoke about or something that they found out on their own. They may also know this just because of all the signs that they received in your absence, but it's also because of how you make them feel in your presence. If this person could describe to you in words how you make them feel, this card would describe it. They feel like their power is connected to you. So the fact that your energy is coming through so high vibrational at this time, it really has them thinking. It mainly has them trying to figure out why your life is manifesting the way that it is versus what they're experiencing or what's going on in their life. It's like this person cannot help but draw comparisons at this time when it comes to you versus them, or your life versus their life, or what you're up to during this separation period versus how they're responding to this energy. And it's because of this bond that you share. But there's a huge difference in how they feel right now. Honestly, it's almost as if they feel disconnected from you spiritually or energetically. And they don't really like that because nothing in their life gives them that same feeling. There's no one that can fill your shoes. There's no relationship that they have that even lights a candle to the activations that happen within this dynamic. So not only is this person coming through as your divine counterpart, but they also know this, whether they know this consciously or subconsciously. And what's sticking out to them the most is that this is not your first no contact period, but it is definitely the most intense. And it only feels this intense, Divine Feminine, because of you. Because you decided to transmute your energy this time. Instead of you wallowing or sitting in this person's energy, you called your power back. And I don't know if this is something that you said verbally, if you set an intention, but the minute you did this, there was a powerful shift in your connection to this masculine. It's almost like the minute you made this decision, this person was left to sit in their own energy. Or they could have been forced to be in the company of people who are nothing like you, who don't have the same energy as you, they don't match your frequency, they don't hold your aura, they don't hold your energy signature. The tables have definitely turned. And this person is finding out that you are actually the link, or that you hold a very valuable piece of them or their destiny within your energy. So before, this person could have been under the impression that this flow of energy between you two could have been upheld without you or in your absence. But what they're quickly finding out during this separation period is that all of this power that they were assuming was because of you, okay? And they're finding this out in real time. And it's only because of how you're looking, how you're presenting, how much your aura or your light is shining at this time. They're realizing that, wow, the Divine Feminine is still in possession of this light, of this energy, of this vitality. This is really, really making your person think. It's really making them view you differently. Let's get the next message here. Oh, wow. The next message that we have is God took you away from me. This masculine is really taking this specific separation so personally. And it's because they know God did it. And your energy being hidden from them, Divine Feminine, is the proof of this. Maybe at first this person didn't understand why everything was unfolding the way that it was. But now it's extremely clear to them. So when this masculine says, I have to choose wisely, this is deeper than you think. They're speaking about the feminine soul. And it's really pulling on them emotionally because you and this person have two very different energies. And it shows up mostly in how this person chooses to deal with all of the triggering aspects of this type of dynamic that you have. So their access was only restricted because they did not understand you, Divine Feminine. And you have to be very, very careful when people don't understand you because a lot of people fear what they don't understand. This is why there's heavy spiritual influence over your connection right now. It's because of this person that you are energetically bonded to. So whether you know it or not, you were being protected. Your connection could have either been starting to get a little bit challenging. For some of you, this is very heavy energy. This could have been a tumultuous connection. But all of this began to transpire simply because this masculine feared your power or feared the fact that their power was connected to you. So all of these barriers or these blockages were being initiated because of this masculine's fear of your power, Divine Feminine. But now they feel very, very silly because they understand that your power was always connected to them. Everything that's unfolding in this connection is spiritual. This is the real reason why your energy is being hidden from this person during this separation. And all of this manifested for both of you to kind of connect the dots. There could have been a lot of red flags, but the number one thing that's sticking out is the level of access that this person has had to you. This is someone who never really took the opportunity to know you beyond the surface. And what's crazy is that for some of you, this is a masculine that you've known for years, or this is a masculine that you have been connected to for years. This is why your energy has been cloaked, or this is why you're assuming this very powerful high priestess energy, because you're no longer in the business of changing this person or trying to convince this person of who you are. You're at this place in your journey where you are way more focused on just changing yourself, on sitting in your own energy, doing your own inner healing or your own inner work. And this is making your person change and really reflect on the true meaning of the bond that you have. So this is why there's such a heavy energy of resistance, because now your person is going back over a lot of key moments in your connection, and they're realizing that they should know you better. They should be more emotionally in tune with you. They should be able to tap into your energy or pick up on cues from you. All of the things that you're able to do spiritually, divine feminine, this masculine is now looking at it like, wow, I have this power too. But honestly, it feels like this person was lost in your presence, or they were lost while trying to be in communication with you. This is the type of dynamic where even if you were to go out of your way to explain yourself or to tell this person things about you, they did not get it. And what's coming through clearly is that this is not something they were doing on purpose. There was a major blockage here, or just a major barrier. And this separation period has really, really brought that to the surface. So if you were at this place, divine feminine, where you were wondering how this person is taken to this separation period, because again, this one specifically feels so much more intense than anything else that you've experienced with this person. They are definitely being faced with some very heavy truths, not only about you and about your connection, but mainly about themselves and how they showed up in this connection for fear of understanding who you really are, you know, and how you contribute to their lives on a deep level. Let's get the last message here. Oh yeah, major confirmation. The last message that we have is throat chakra. And I'm getting the word truth very, very clearly. This is why there's so much spiritual interference. I'm also getting the word prayer. Okay, wow. This person has been praying for communication with you, divine feminine. But what's interesting is that this is also where the barrier is. This is why you're glowing up. This is why you're feeling and looking younger. And this person could be feeling a little depleted energetically, because they have been cut from your energy spiritually, specifically at the throat chakra. So this is the deeper reason why there's a separation at this time. It's due to very deep blockages around the throat chakra. So this is dealing with communication, inner truth. This masculine has a very hard time being honest with themselves. So they may project this energy onto you. And your guides and your higher power had to kind of step in on your behalf. You are being protected from a lower version of your person, that if you would have entertained this, it definitely would have altered your progress in some way. And honestly, this does not feel intentional. It does not feel like this masculine is someone who is intentionally trying to project or hurt you or stifle your growth in any way. But sometimes it's really hard to know a person's true intentions when you're dealing with the 3D energy versus the 5D energy. What appears one way in the physical can be completely different in the spiritual realm. And this is what it feels like it's unfolding in your connection. So although this masculine loves you, they may have very, very deep feelings for you. Because of their level of awareness, they're unable to meet you where you are. And this is what caused your split. So with the throat chakra card, this is where the energy of your connection is currently sitting. Yeah, there's something very heavy about this energy or about this connection. And honestly, you could even be at this place, divine feminine, where you're a little iffy about this person. because of how this energy has shifted you on an internal level and how it's showing up beautifully on your aura and on your face, you know, and in your eyes. So you could be sitting back and wondering if this masculine is actually the barrier, okay? If this person in your energy is keeping you from calling in your true divine partner. For some of you, you could have totally downgraded this masculine to that of a karmic. But honestly, this is simply someone who is not as spiritually evolved as you, especially in the areas of emotional expression. And they really, really want to change that. And believe it or not, them seeing you physically changing by honoring your truth internally is silently motivating this person. So even though this may be a really challenging separation period, what's clear here is that there is a lot of love, okay? You love this person loves you, but being away from you is making them ask the tough questions. The throat chakra is a really challenging integration, okay? I feel like that's kind of glazed over. We look at the throat chakra as being, you know, expression and identifying with your truth, but the throat chakra carries the energy of curiosity, but it's not curiosity from the ego, it's curiosity from the soul. It also requires a lot of solitude because it's very easy to mistake your inner voice for your ego, especially when there's a lot of distractions, there's a lot of opinions floating around on specific topics, especially in sacred territory like your romantic partnerships or just certain things that happen in the world that make you reflect on the way that you connect to your person. But I believe the most challenging aspect of the throat chakra is that you come to realize that this journey is not only about romance and love. So your person is at this place. They're also realizing that love is not enough to get this connection to where it needs to be. But if they were to be 100% honest with you, they did feel like you were way too different. But what they're finding out is that that was kind of the whole point of God aligning the both of you. So this separation is really pulling on their heartstrings because there's this overarching energy that's guiding them through some very hard truths about you, about themselves, and about this connection. And it's because the lessons carried in the throat chakra still need to be integrated. So you could be at this place, Divine Feminine, where you're questioning the validity of this person, you're questioning the validity of your connection, you feel like your energy is hidden, you feel like there's so many barriers when it comes to being in this person's presence or just really communicating with them. But just trust that your energy is being protected. There's something that your person needs to work out or some type of heavy blockage when it comes to the communication. And until that integration takes place, your energy is going to be cloaked. But what's also beautiful about this is that the more that you kind of sit in your own energy and identify with your own truth, being very raw, being very real, being very honest about where you stand, how you feel about this masculine. Something about your energy is very unapologetic, okay? You're no longer glazing over certain things. You're kind of telling it how it is, and it looks really, really good on you, okay? It's showing on your face, it's showing in your eyes. And because your person is really close to the physical realm, they can feel you shifting, and this has them on their toes a little bit. Okay, but there's definitely some higher work that needs to be done as it pertains to the throat chakra. And it feels like once this energy clears, then the energetic barriers may be removed and this person will come towards you. But in the meantime, they're definitely sitting in some very, very heavy truths in order to get them integrated. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end the reading here. If you resonated with this message, please be sure to hit the like button on your way out. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, do not forget to turn on your post notifications so you are alerted every single time I post. If you are a member on Patreon, I will be heading over there to continue the reading just to see what this person's next move is and also what you can expect from them or what's coming next in this connection. But thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.